Let's begin our journey into early Indian history, spanning from 600 BCE to 600 CE, a period marked by profound transformation. After the decline of the Harappan civilization, new agricultural settlements arose across the subcontinent, from the fertile plains of North India to the Deccan Plateau in Karnataka. This era saw not only the rise of farming communities but also the persistence of pastoral groups, especially in the south. One of the most significant developments was the emergence of early states and towns, often referred to as Mahajanapadas. These were powerful kingdoms and oligarchies, each with its own capital, fortified cities, and growing administrative needs. The use of iron tools, the development of coinage, and the composition of important texts like the Rigveda and Dharmasutras all contributed to shaping these societies. As we move forward, we'll see how these early states laid the foundation for future empires and complex economies. Building on the foundation of the Mahajanapadas, the region of Magadha in present-day Bihar rose to prominence, eventually giving birth to the Mauryan Empire. Founded by Chandragupta Maurya around 321 BCE, this empire expanded across vast territories, reaching as far as Afghanistan. Most renowned Mauryan ruler Ashoka left a lasting legacy through his inscriptions on rocks and pillars, communicating his principles of Dhamma emphasizing respect, kindness, and tolerance. The Mauryan administration was highly organized, with major political centers like Pataliputra, Taxila, and Ujjaini. Communication and control were maintained through a network of officials and a standing army, as described by Greek ambassador Megasthenes. However, the empire's control was strongest near its core, with diversity and local autonomy in distant regions. The Mauryan period also saw the use of multiple scripts and languages, reflecting the subcontinent's complexity. As we transition, let's explore how these political changes influenced rural life and the economy. As empires and kingdoms grew, so did the countryside. The introduction of iron plowshares and new irrigation techniques transformed agriculture, especially in the Ganga and Kaveri valleys. However, these advances were not evenly distributed. While some regions saw increased productivity, others continued with traditional hoe agriculture. Rural society became more complex, with distinctions among landless laborers, small peasants, and large landholders. The term Gayapati came to denote powerful householders who controlled land and resources. Land grants, often recorded on copper plates or stone, became common, especially to brahmanas and religious institutions. These grants sometimes created new rural elites and shifted local power dynamics. Yet many groups like pastoralists, fisherfolk, and artisans remained outside the reach of official records. The countryside was thus a tapestry of innovation, inequality, and adaptation, setting the stage for the rise of towns and trade networks. Growth of towns and trade routes marked another turning point in Indian history. Cities like Pataliputra, Mathura, and Ujjaini became bustling centers of commerce, culture, and political activity. Urban populations included not just elites and rulers, but also a vibrant community of craftspersons, merchants, and guilds. Trade networks extended across the subcontinent and beyond, connecting India to Central Asia, the Mediterranean, and Southeast Asia. Introduction of coinage, silver, copper, and later gold, facilitated these exchanges, with coins issued by kings, merchants, and even tribal republics. Inscriptions, whether on stone, copper, or coins, provide invaluable insights into these societies, though they often reflect the perspectives of those in power. Deciphering scripts like Brahmi and Kharosthi was a major scholarly achievement, opening windows into the past. Yet historians remind us that inscriptions capture only part of the story, focusing on grand events and official narratives, while everyday life often remains hidden. Closing, the history of early Indian states, economies, and societies is both rich and complex. From the rise of Mahajanapadas and empires like the Mauryas to the transformation of rural life and the expansion of trade, each development left a lasting imprint. Inscriptions, coins, and archaeological finds are crucial sources, but they come with limitations, often highlighting the achievements of rulers while leaving out the voices of ordinary people. Over time, historians have shifted focus from political history to include economic, social, and marginalized perspectives, continually reinterpreting old evidence and seeking new methods. The study of early Indian history is thus an ongoing process, inviting us to look beyond official records and imagine the diverse lives that shaped the subcontinent. As we reflect on these themes, we appreciate the dynamic interplay of kings, farmers, and towns in the making of Indian civilization.